Hi there, this is McRae, and today I want to tell you why measuring things is so important. So in business, there's an old saying that says what gets measured improves and gets better, and it's very true. So it doesn't matter what you do or what size of organization you have, you've got to measure every single part of your business. And it's very easy for things to escape your kind of beady eye as you grow in size. But what we try and do is in the various different businesses, we have people, we have our managers who do audits on different parts of the organization, and every single person has a dashboard so we can measure their KPI, their key performance indicators. And it doesn't really matter whether, in marketing in particular, people say that you can measure every single cent that's spent. I don't think that's true, but you can get very close to it. In the old days, you had above the line marketing and below the line marketing, and above the line marketing, it was like radio and TV. It was appealing to a wide audience. And below the line marketing was a bit more focused, and social media would probably fall into that today. And you used to get companies that would focus on different parts. They would focus on above the line marketing and below the line marketing. But it wouldn't matter what you did, you still got to be able to measure it. And 20 years ago, most companies had a budget. They would choose where they were going to spend that budget, above the line or below the line, but they didn't really know what worked. I mean, I would often talk to people who say, yeah, we spend X amount in that magazine every month. And I would ask, well, how well does it do? What return on your investment did you get? And they couldn't answer. Even if they did, radio, they couldn't answer. It didn't matter what they did. They never really paid enough attention to measuring things. And let me give you an example on measuring things. I have a customer support person who it's just one person. It's a small organization, and every time we answer a customer query, we send out a survey to see how we did. And for years, we got above 90%, and above 95% even. Most people were happy with the response and how we were treating them. And then for a while, I kind of ignored it for a bit. And about 6 months later, I asked the manager, when was the last time you did an audit and support? And we went and had a look, and our survey results had dropped from above 90 to just above 50. And that was 100% our own fault because we're not paying attention to those numbers. We got to measure those numbers and make sure that they hit the KPIs that we have set. So after we spent a few weeks trying to improve and learning what we did wrong, we got it back above the 90%. But we wouldn't have known if we didn't measure things. So wherever you do, at whatever level of business you're at, measure it. And the more granular you can be, the better. Don't let anybody tell you to think in big chunks. With measuring things, you want to go as granular as possible. Anyway, I hope you liked the tip for today. Thanks for listening.